Imagine meeting someone just one day a year. You forge this really intense connection, no strings attached.
But then you live totally separate lives for the other 364 days.
Exactly. Now imagine one of you is holding on to this devastating secret.
And it's directly tied to the other person's deepest trauma.
That's pretty much the setup for the story we're diving into today.
It really is a unique and emotionally packed narrative. We're taking a deep dive into Fallon and Ben's story. Their paths cross on this one significant date.
Right, leading to this very unconventional relationship that's just full of hidden truths.
Yeah, and our mission here is to sort of navigate how their connection evolves, unpack all that complex emotional baggage they both carry.
And uncover the shocking revelations that change everything for them. How they see love, forgiveness.
Even self-acceptance. It's about how honesty, even when it's incredibly painful, can build something stronger than secrets.
Absolutely. It's a story about growth, reckoning, and how one single day can really reshape a life, how truths come out in layers. So let's start with Fallon. When we first meet her, she's 18, but her world really changed 2 years before that.
Right, the fire. A devastating fire at 16 that left her with significant scars. Face, neck, arm.
And these aren't just physical scars, are they? It goes much deeper.
Oh, definitely. The trauma has massively impacted her self-esteem. You see it in her obsessive-compulsive tendencies.
Like the germophobia.
Exactly, and how she meticulously uses her hair and clothes to cover the scars. She's constantly fighting this internal battle with her reflection.
She even thinks about how she used to see herself as pretty, but now feels like, hair and clothes can only cover up so much.
That insecurity is just palpable. And she notices how people look away, not necessarily being rude, but just uncomfortable.
Making her feel unseen, or maybe seen in all the wrong ways.
Precisely. And this is all amplified during this really difficult reunion with her father, Donovan O'Neill.
He's an actor too, right? And pretty dismissive of her plans.
Very dismissive. Doesn't think there's money in Broadway. Pushes her towards college. Calls narration work a cesspool.
Ouch. And then he just casually mentions he slept with her mother's best friend.
Yeah, just drops it in there. Shows his emotional detachment, really. No remorse.
And his bluntness about her career prospects after the fire, gesturing vaguely at her scars without even saying why.
It cuts deep. She thinks the truth is an excruciatingly painful son of a bitch. She feels like her life's work is suddenly out of the question.
So she's at this absolute low point, and that's when Ben walks in.
Completely unexpected. He just jumps in, pretends to be her boyfriend right there at the restaurant.
His look is a bit unconventional. Messy hair, stubble.
Yeah, but his eyes, she notes they're intense, curious, and staring straight at me. It's like for the first time since the fire, someone actually sees her.
And he doesn't just see her, he defends her. Right to her father's face.
Brings up Joaquin Phoenix, Forrest Whitaker's successful actors with visible flaws. He challenges Donovan directly, asking if he really just told his daughter to give up.
It's this radical act of validation for Fallon.
Totally. Even with the slightly cheesy ladybug nickname he gives her.
Which she finds a bit much initially.
Right, but she still appreciates the support so much, she wants to scream, smile, cry all at once. It's a huge shift for her.
This instant connection leads to that really unusual pact.
The November 9th pact. Meet once a year, same date, for 5 years.
No contact at all in between.
Which is, pretty out there, but it's framed as research for his book.
A book about them.
Yeah.
And he immediately gives her homework.
Get laughed at weekly, 5 dates, kiss 2 guys, pushing her comfort zone.
But it's his honesty that really hits home, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. When he admits he noticed her scars but felt relieved by her insecurity because it meant he might have a chance.
That's just, wow. For Fallon, that's huge.
It makes her feel desirable for the first time in 2 years. Not despite the scars, but almost embracing them. He tells her she doesn't have the right to hate what she sees because she survived.
He really challenges her self-perception, celebrates her resilience.
So we've seen her deep insecurity, but then Ben pushes it even further, a really bold move.
The black dress incident.
Right. He insists she wear this more revealing dress. She resists, worried about making people uncomfortable.
And he just says, the only person who gives a shit about a few scars on your face is you.
Powerful stuff. Then he gently undresses her, exposing all the burns on her left side.
And calls her fucking beautiful, even notices her red panties.
It's this moment of raw, total acceptance, seeing her whole self, scars included. It makes her feel like a beautiful fucking mess, a turning point.
Their first November 9th ends kind of awkwardly. They fall asleep, rush the goodbye.
But then Ben pulls off that grand gesture. buys a plane ticket just to show up on her flight.
Just to give her a note telling her to call her Dan.
It seals their unique bond. And Fallon starts thinking, maybe this whole insta-love thing isn't so crazy after all.
Okay, so flash forward a year. Fallon's in New York. How's she doing?
She's changed quite a bit. She's worked on the homework, only kissed one guy, though. But she's finding fulfillment in community theater, helping others. Her confidence is growing.
She's good physically, too, right? Shorter hair, bangs, wearing short sleeves sometimes.
Definitely. She's slowly reclaiming herself. Meanwhile, Ben's deep in his writing therapy.
Researching romance novels for book-worthy kisses.
Exactly. He admits he missed her, couldn't quite pull off the alpha male thing she teased him about, the book sting.
It shows he's got his own stuff going on, too. He's not just this spontaneous romantic figure.
No, he's grappling with things. And they have that really interesting chat about relationships.
About liking bad boys in books, but not wanting that in real life.
Yeah, Fallon says fiction is an escape because it's not real. And Ben agrees, joking about puking in someone's yard if they tried to own him.
It shows they both have this nuanced view, preferring genuine connection over possessive tropes.
Then Ben brings up needing to include her injuries in his book for research.
Which, understandably, distresses Fallon at first. Feels like being a freak show.
But Ben insists, again, she's fucking beautiful. The scars show she survived, which is what matters. Reinforcing that message.
It raises that question, doesn't it? How do we square our insecurities with how others see us, especially after trauma? Ben keeps pushing her on that.
Then she meets his family, Ian, the friendly pilot brother.
And Kyle, the more serious, intimidating one.
Right. And Fallon faces them confidently, not hiding her scars. That's a big step.
We also learn about Kyle's tough love approach, teaching Ben self-reliance. Add some context to Ben's personality.
And on this second, November 9th, Fallon shares something huge.
That the date is the anniversary of the fire.
Yes, which completely reframes their pact. A day she dreaded now holds hope because of him.
Such a powerful reclaiming of a painful memory.
Then Ben gets that tattoo, the music staff on his wrist.
Calls it poetic. Mentions his mother's wisdom about two favorite things, amplified.
Yeah, it feels significant, but the full meaning is still hidden. Definitely foreshadowing something deeper, probably tragic.
Despite things moving forward, Fallon's still struggling with acting in New York. Finds Broadway laughable.
She feels almost as unhappy there as she was back home. But Ben pulls another airport stunt.
Shows up on her flight again. This time the homework is just call her father.
Simple, but it reinforces his unwavering support and their unique connection.
Okay, so let's move to year 3. November 9th rolls around again. Fallon's ready.
Totally prepared. She's kept notes on her progress, planned activities, Empire State Building, a Dylan Thomas thing. She's even a neat freak about it. You feel the anticipation.
But then, the phone call.
Yeah. Ben's voice, raw with grief. His brother, Kyle, died in a car wreck.
Just devastating. Shatters their whole yearly routine.
Absolutely plunges them into chaos. And Ben's grief is, well, he's holding it in.
Trying to be strong for the family. Especially Jordan, Kyle's pregnant wife.
Exactly. He feels he has to keep things under control. He hasn't even cried yet. That stoicism says a lot.
Fallon immediately decides to fly out to L.A. Shows real compassion.
It does. But she's also honest with herself, admits she cried selfishly for missing Ben, not just for Kyle. It's complex.
Her being there seems to help the family, though. A breath of fresh air.
Definitely. And then comes that incredibly intimate moment where Ben finally breaks down.
Cries in her arms for the first time.
That shared vulnerability takes their connection way beyond the usual November 9th meeting.
Things get more intimate, physically, too. They make love for the first time.
And afterwards, Ben just pleads with her. Let's ditch the rule. Let's be together properly. Call every day.
He's desperate for a normal, constant relationship now.
But Fallon resists. She thinks he needs to be there for his family, finish his book, fears being a distraction.
And then she says that thing about him sharing another woman's bed, meaning Jordan.
Yeah, a tragic misunderstanding based on her own insecurity. She thinks she's doing what's best for him.
But Ben hears it completely differently. He's furious. Gives that speech about fighting for real-life love.
He feels totally dismissed, like she felt nothing, convinced she just walked away.
So she leaves. Drives away heartbroken.
Leaving Ben devastated, cursing the street, feeling like he no longer has a heart to give Jordan, sets up a really complicated situation.
So the 4th November 9th, a year later, Fallon's back in L.A.
And surprisingly, she's found some peace. A new career path.
Right, assisting in teaching, acting, not performing, finding joy in helping others.
It shows how even painful choices, like leaving Ben, can lead to unexpected growth. She realizes leaving was a mistake then, but it led her here.
But then Ben arrives at the restaurant, and he's not alone.
No, he has his infant nephew, Oliver, with him.
And Fallon realizes Ben is dating Jordan, Kyle's widow. He's a father figure to Oliver.
It's just crushing for her. That initial delight seeing the baby turns instantly to shock and heartbreak.
And those little details, like Oliver saying shit as a first curse word, hits her right in the gut.
Understandably. She breaks down, confesses she lied, she did care, she left for his benefit.
Thinking it wasn't what was best for her at the time.
But Ben, still hurting, still believing she felt nothing, just doesn't hear it that way. He thinks she's just confirming she intentionally hurt him. The wires are so crossed.
Excruciating. So, fast forward again. 6th November 9th, a year after that awful meeting.
Ben's manuscript arrives with a letter
saying, read this for yourself, hope for forgiveness, but also...
the best version of you doesn't include me.
Fallon just refuses to read it at first. Too painful.
Until her mother finds it, reads it, and is clearly deeply affected, crying.
That's what pushes Fallon to finally open it, and the truth starts tumbling out.
First, it shifts her view of her father. She sees his panic during the fire, understands he loved her in his flawed way, allows her to let go of some bitterness.
Then the truth about Ben's mother. The suicide.
Yeah, due to terminal cancer. Planned meticulously to spare her sons. And the tattoo's meaning becomes clear.
Selfless love, her two favorite things, amplified, adds such tragedy to Ben's background.
And then, the big one, the plot twist.
The devastating plot twist. Ben set the fire.
Intentionally. Aimed at her father's house and car, mistakenly blaming him for his mother's death after assuming they broke up.
And Fallon. Fallon was the unintended victim. Her scars... caused by Ben.
She was his fucking plot twist, the horror of that realization for her.
It's just unimaginable. Panic, terror, rage. The man who helped her heal is the one who hurt her.
She confronts him, calls his love a disgrace, files a restraining order. Absolute betrayal.
Ben's desperate, trying to get her to read the whole thing as she drives off, collapsing in defeat.
And she throws the pages out the window later, believes it took 4 years to fall in love, 4 pages to stop.
Just gut-wrenching. Okay, so after all that, the final November 9th of their pact arrives.
A year of silence later, Ben has been waiting. He spends 18 hours at the restaurant.
18 hours, just waiting, heartbroken but still hoping. That wait itself is huge, an act of penance.
And then at 11:56 p.m., just 4 minutes left,
Fallon arrives.
The tension must be incredible. A final chance.
Ben finally explains about Jordan. That he only pursued it because he truly thought Fallon felt nothing, that she'd abandoned him completely after Kyle died.
He admits how hurt he was, grieving Fallon right alongside his brother.
And Fallon, she understands. Tears, acceptance, that last big misunderstanding is cleared.
Then Ben gives this incredible apology for delivering his love secondhand in the book, declares his crippling, debilitating, paralyzing love for her.
And their kiss.
Yeah.
Described as a 12.
Yeah, beyond all expectations. A complete reunion, emotionally and physically.
He even gives her a spoiler alert for the future.
A book-worthy marriage proposal on the next November 9th declares, spoiler alert, they lived happily ever after.
It set such a definitive, joyful tone. They made it through.
And thinking back, Fallon's choice to read the manuscript prompted by her mom, Ben's letter gave her that choice. Read for closure or stop and forgive.
Her showing up was her answer. Choosing forgiveness. Choosing their future, moving past the scars, literally and figuratively.
Proving that maybe even the deepest wounds can be healed with enough honesty, enough love.
Wow. So this deep dive really took us through an incredible journey, a love story against all odds.
Yeah, built on yearly meetings, hidden trauma, shocking truths. We saw Fallon's path to self-acceptance completely tangled up with Ben's secrets.
And his desperate need for forgiveness is what ultimately allowed them to find each other again.
It's such a powerful reminder, isn't it? Love is rarely neat or easy. Secrets have huge consequences.
And confronting painful truths takes immense courage.
But forgiveness, forgiving others, forgiving yourself can be transformative. And sometimes our damaging pasts somehow lead us exactly where we need to be.
Forging these incredibly strong bonds out of the ashes.
So, final thought maybe. In a world where we're swamped with information, how do we ever really know the full truth about someone, especially with hidden trauma involved?
That's a heavy question. And when you do learn a truth, it just flips your whole understanding of someone you love. How much is forgiveness a choice you make?
Right, versus how much Is it something almost inevitable, forged by everything you've already shared? That deep connection makes you think.